Hello, how are you doing? I trust you're all doing well. In case you're coming across my video for the first time, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Maureen Nike, and here I do very interesting vlogs. One of them being K1 visa type, also known as a fiancé visa. To my returning subscribers, I want to say thank you for always taking your time to come and give me support. It really means a lot to me, and I really appreciate. Welcome in today's vlog, where I'm going to talk about something very interesting. I've gotten a lot of requests to talk about on some of the vaccines and tests that I received before I traveled to the US. And it is my pleasure to honor the same. So before I start, let me put a disclaimer that what I'm going to discuss or to share with you, it's basically my personal experience. And I hope it's going to help somebody outside there to have information or to have information before they go for their vaccines. So I'm not a professional. When you're going for these type of vaccines and tests, before you travel to the US, you're going to be in the hands of the professionals who are going to guide you accordingly. So for me, it's basically my personal experience. So welcome and enjoy. So I want to say that my case is a little bit different, since I have two vaccination certificates with me. I have two vaccination certificates with me. So one is I got one before COVID, and the other one after COVID. Also, the first one I wasn't pregnant. On the second one, I was already pregnant. So they are all different. So I'm going to share what I got before I got pregnant and what I received after pregnant. So when I went for the first visit for my vaccination before I traveled, I was given some of the vaccines, because there's a long list from here down here. These are vaccines. So before I traveled, this is for when I was traveling, I was coming to the US for the first time. I was given some of these vaccines, what I'm going to share with you. And remember, this one, it's before I got pregnant. So number one vaccine that I received was TD. That is a diphtheria and tetanus. I was given that one. The second vaccine that I received was MMR, measles, mumps, and rubella. I was given that vaccine also on the same day. Another vaccine that I received on that date was influenza. So these are some of the vaccines that I was to have before I travel, or before I went for my US interview. So you have to do medicals before your interview. So I was given these tests the same day. And also, I was given these vaccines the same day. So we also have some of the tests that I received on that date before before my interview at the embassy. So I was given the eye test. You have to do the vision test. Another test that I received was the IDCs or urine walk. So I did the urine walk. I also did the chest X-ray. So all these things you being given the same day, and then after everything, you'll be given the disc, the X-ray disc that you're gonna take with you to we're gonna travel with it to the US. So after getting my first vaccination and test, COVID hit. And then when COVID hit, everything was shut down, like the embassy was shut down, and I could not attend my interview. So I had to wait for them to reopen. So it went like over 6 months. So remember, if you get the vaccines after 6 months, they do expire. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna redo it again. So when they called me for interview again on the second time for the embassy, I had to rebook and I had to redo my medicals, since the 6 months were already elapsed, so they were expired. So I had to restart again. So when I went for the second one, I also was given some of these vaccines. So the second visit, when I went after 6 months, I was given a TD. The same TD I was given the first, I was given on the second one. That is diphtheria and tetanus. The second one, this like I got the MMR, I was not given on the second one. Nothing was given on the second one. The reason is that I was already pregnant. So I only got the TD vaccine for the second visit. When I'm talking about the test, when I was already pregnant, I did the eye vision, I did the first one. That one I did the same. I also did the urinary walk. That is when they also realized that I was pregnant, because I did the urinary walk. And also another thing that I did was the chest x-ray. So with the second x-ray, I had to consent. I had to put it down that I consent to be taken the chest x-ray, since I was pregnant. But on the first one, it's compulsory. You don't need to consent. You have to have the chest x-ray. The second one, if you have to do the chest x-ray, then you have to consent. So those are the type of the test that I received and the vaccines before I traveled. So I've gotten this request to talk about this, and it was my pleasure to share this information with you. And I hope when your time comes, or you know somebody who is going through this, when they get their interview date, they're going to be advised where to go and take some of these vaccines and test. Like the US embassies, they have specific places to go for these tests and vaccines. Like in my case, it was in Nairobi, Kenya, and we had to do this test at IOM. So in case you're going there, you're going to be advised with the professionals according to your specification, according to your, each case is different. Like there's no guarantee that what I got you're gonna receive, but at least you have the information, some of the information that you might encounter. Like we have a lot of vaccines here. We have like polio, we have hepatitis A, hepatitis B, we have MCV, like a lot. So you're going to be given vaccines according to your specification. And then also what people also ask, like, what if you don't have the records? Like, what if you don't have the vaccine records from when you were born? Like in my case, I didn't have any vaccine record. So I went there and told them I didn't have any vaccine record. So we have some of them vaccines that it's a must you've been given before you travel. So you're gonna be advised accordingly. So don't worry, because I also didn't have the vaccines record since I was born, like the previous vaccines record. I had none, but I was advised and I was given the exact vaccine that I need to have before I travel to the US. I hope you got information. I hope you got something out of this vlog. And before you leave the channel, kindly consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification button to let you know anytime I got a chance to upload a video. You will be the first one to be notified. Thank you so much, and let me end the video there by saying thank you and see you again on our next one. Bye bye.